Before we start, let me ask you a question. Have you ever gone on a trip and come back with more than just souvenirs? Well, Simon did. He thought he was flying to Accra for business, a little networking, and maybe some good food. Instead, he came back with a secret so big it might cost him his marriage, and possibly his sanity. So grab your favorite snack, get comfortable, and whatever you do, don't judge Simon too quickly. You might change your mind before this story is over. Do well to follow me on all social media platforms. My name is Elijah Okayin. Feel free to call me Nimanche. This is another episode of Dear Ni.
Yeah, that's me. Let me tell you how my son wants to get married to a lady he doesn't know I hooked up with on a business trip. My name is Simon. If you had met me a few years ago, you would have probably described me as a lucky man. I was born and raised in Turkey before eventually moving to the United Kingdom, where I built a successful jewelry and gold business. I had a beautiful wife, Sarah, who stood by me through every challenge, and together we raised our only son, Craig. Life wasn't perfect, but it was good. At least that's what I thought. For over 15 years, I had two close business partners. Nana, who everyone called Castro, was based in Ghana, while Lethabo, whom we simply called Lee, operated from South Africa. Over the years, we made a lot of money together. But every time we met, the conversations eventually drifted away from business. Castro would talk endlessly about Ghana. The beaches, the nightlife, the culture, the food, the energy. And every single time, he would look at me and say, "Simon, one day you have to stop hiding in London and come experience this place for yourself." I always laughed it off, until one December, that was the year I finally agreed. Convincing Sarah wasn't easy. She wasn't comfortable with the idea of me traveling halfway across the world with Castro and Lee for 2 weeks. She had questions, lots of questions. But I reassured her. It's business, Sarah. Think about the opportunities. Think about the future. After weeks of persuasion, she finally agreed. On the 20th of December, we boarded a flight from Heathrow to Accra. The moment we landed, I knew I had underestimated Ghana. Everything felt alive. The roads were busy. The restaurants were packed. Music seemed to come from every direction. Luxury cars filled the streets, and everywhere people were talking about something called Dirty December. I won't lie, I was excited. The first few days were exactly what I expected. Meetings, networking, business discussions, potential partnerships. Everything went smoothly. Then came the evening that changed my life. We had just finished dinner when Castro suddenly stood up. He raised his glass and smiled. "Gentlemen," he announced, "business is officially over." Lee laughed. "So what happens now?" Castro grinned. "Now the holiday begins." At the time, I thought nothing of it. If I could go back and relive that moment, maybe I would pay more attention. Maybe I would leave. Maybe I would get on the next flight home. Because everything that happened afterward eventually came back to haunt me. That was when I met Clara. The first thing I noticed was her confidence. She wasn't trying to impress anyone. She didn't need to. The second thing I noticed was her smile. The kind of smile that makes you forget what you were thinking about. Over the following days, we spent a lot of time together, talking, laughing, exploring the city, sharing stories. Somewhere along the way, I stopped thinking about how temporary the situation was. When the trip finally ended, I returned to London and convinced myself that chapter of my life was closed forever. A memory. Nothing more. I never expected to hear her name again. And for almost a year, I didn't. Life returned to normal. Business was good. My marriage was stable. Craig was doing well. Everything seemed fine. Then one day, Craig announced that he and two of his friends, Charles and Raymond, were traveling to Ghana. They had started a humanitarian project and planned to donate supplies to an orphanage. I was proud of him. Very proud. What happened next still feels unreal. After completing their charity work, the boys decided to spend a day at the beach before returning home. That was where Craig met Clara.
Neither of them knew how closely their lives were already connected. A simple conversation turned into friendship. Friendship turned into daily messages. Before long, Craig was flying back to Ghana just to see her. And every time he talked about her, I could see it. The smile, the excitement, the happiness. My son was in love. All this while, I was wondering who this lady is because I had not gotten the opportunity to talk to her. One evening, he sat beside Sarah and showed her photographs. The moment Sarah saw Clara, she smiled. Oh, she's beautiful. Then came the video calls, the laughter, the family conversations. Then one evening, everything changed. Craig walked into the living room looking happier than I had ever seen him. "Dad," he said. I looked up. "I found the woman I'm going to marry." I smiled. "What makes you so sure?" He laughed. "Because I've never felt this way before." Then he handed me his phone. "Look." I reached for it. The moment the screen lit up, my heart nearly stopped. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. I couldn't move. Because staring back at me was Clara. For a moment, I genuinely thought I might faint. The room suddenly felt smaller. Craig kept talking, wedding plans, future visits, meeting families, marriage. I somehow managed to hand the phone back without raising suspicion. But inside, I was falling apart. That night, I didn't sleep. Not for a single minute. I told Castro and Lee about it. They couldn't help because neither of them exchanged contacts with any of the ladies. "It was just for fun, bro," Castro said. Question after question kept racing through my head. What would happen to my marriage? What would happen to the relationship I had spent years building with my son? The following morning made everything worse. Craig came downstairs smiling. "Dad, guess what?" I forced a smile. "What?" "Clara is coming to London." My stomach dropped. "When?" "In 2 days." Then came the night before Clara's flight. I was sitting quietly in the living room when Craig suddenly received a message. His face lit up instantly. "She's boarded." Sarah smiled. "Oh, I can't wait to finally meet her." The two of them started discussing dinner plans, family outings, places to visit, things to do together, completely unaware of the storm raging inside my head. For the first time in years, I felt genuinely afraid. The flight was already in the air. I don't know whether my marriage will survive what's coming. All I know is that in less than 24 hours, the woman who holds one of the biggest secrets of my life will be standing in my house. And right now, I'm so confused. I'm terrified, and more than anything else, I'm scared of losing my marriage. What do I do?
What a story. If I could give Simon one piece of advice, it would be this. Don't let fear make the next decision for you. The mistake has already happened. The only thing you can control now is how honest and respectful you are moving forward. Secrets have a way of coming out, and they're often more painful when someone else reveals them first. Now I want to hear from you. If you were Simon, what would you do? Would you tell your wife and son the truth before Clara arrives? Or would you stay silent and hope the past stays buried? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's have a respectful discussion. See you on the next episode. Peace.
Like, share and subscribe for more. Send your story anonymously to us.